dirty look. Yo, I take for what it took to be a crook. Push your head, yo. I'll never...
Hey everyone, and welcome to Shoot the Shit Saturday Night. I am the host, Jason Rumble. And how's everything going this evening? Had to put the old hat on this evening. It's not a good hair night. So, how's everyone doing? It's good to see everybody after the 4th of July break. I hope everyone had a good one. Lots of news going on here in the world of professional wrestling. I think tonight, though, we're going to talk a majority of the Vince McMahon and the Sexcapades that are going on right now. And as always, I like to bring in the first person who enters the studio, and that would be the APOC himself, Mr. Mike King. How we doing this evening, buddy?
I'm all right. What's going on?
Well, it is what it is. How was your 4th of July?
Quiet.
There you go.
I've been dealing with a lot of stuff this past week. My mom's not been doing so good, so I've been dealing with that.
Oh, it's sorry to hear that.
We're going to talk about the old perverted Vin Man, right?
Yeah.
We're also going to talk about some indie stuff that's going on right now too.
All right, cool.
And it's not good either.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, without further ado, let's bring to you Mr. AJP, Adam Jack Pelly. Where are you this evening, Mr. Pelly?
Just had a wrestling show at Digby, Nova Scotia with Epic Pro Wrestling. Right here with me is old school Devin Chittick.
Move your head over. Move your fat head over.
What's going on, buddy? How the fuck you been?
Good, man. We just had a great show, dude. There was the biggest outdoor crowd we've ever had for an outdoor Digby show. we tore the house down, dude. We had Murray, this young kid from Montreal fly in, and we did a six man. What was it called? A Digby street fight at the main event.
Yeah.
So I said,
"Hi, Rumble."
Hello. Can you see it? Can put your face in there?
He can't see me. Hi.
Hello.
So I said, let him. He can't see me. So I said, the only way we can have a hardcore street fight, Digby, is if you guys help us out. So during the intermission, I want you to go around town and collect all the weapons you can find. So totally impromptu. I didn't mean to say street fight, but I accidentally did. Anyway, it was great. So there was 3 gigantic pylons in the ring, like the big giant ones. So I said, well, for the finish, let's do it. Well, once we get back in the ring, I said, everybody take a corner. I said, we'll each of the babies will pick up the pylon, put it over your head, and then give you the 10 punches in the corner with the cone in your head. And then they all sold out. We all gave them our gimmick, and people went home happy, dude. It was probably the best outdoor show we did up here yet.
Jason, also with me tonight this evening is one of your friends here,
Yes.
Narcissus Saint. Come on over.
Make sure you can see his face.
What's going on, Rumble?
Saint, how the fuck are you, buddy?
Man, been a long time, man.
Long
Really?
time.
Gotta get you back up here soon.
Yeah. Anytime.
And we got
Let me know.
we got Bree Von Teaser.
Bree Von Teese here, yeah.
How you doing?
Thank you.
It was a good time today,
It was a
man.
good time.
Yeah, we had a
Good for
great
you.
time. Yeah.
Well, Pelly, why don't you enjoy your great time, right? And
All right.
I'll
be
see you
talking
next
to you.
week.
Get your
all
ugly
right,
face
brother.
off the TV.
Devin,
All
give me a shout, buddy. Good
Well,
to see
hey,
you.
hey, Jason,
Yeah.
guess whose boots I wore in the ring tonight?
Whose?
I wore your white ones. You left at Pelly's. I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna fit in size women's 4 boots. My toes are gonna be scrunched up, and they were a little bit. They were actually fine, Jason. But one of the eyelets is broke, so I just gotta get a cobbler to fix it.
Are you sure they're my
Devin,
white
hold on.
boots?
Devin,
They
that
gotta
means you
be.
have-
They
that
had-
means
Nobody
you have
else will
ladies'
leave boots
feet.
at my place.
And they were small. Like I just barely got my feet in them.
Were
They were definitely yours. I think they were. Maybe they're not yours.
Nobody else
They're
will
not.
leave. No, dude, they had got to be yours. Nobody
Well,
else
so
will
they-
leave boots at my place. They have to be.
My boots are at least a 9.5 or a 10.
Oh, but he fit in them. He fit
Yeah,
comfortably.
I did fit in them, but my toes were crunched a little bit.
Were the heels cracked?
Yes. It was cracked. One boot was cracked right in the center of the sole.
Okay, those are the Mexican boots.
Dude, people are calling me Triple H from WrestleMania 20. And I gave and for the finish, this young kid took the Yakuza kick. He sold out. Then I kicked him in the stomach and gave him the pedigree. The opener.
All right, fellas. It was good to see you, man.
All right, brother. I'll be talking to you, Rumble.
All right, buddy.
All right, Mike.
Canada misses you. We love you.
I love you too, pal. I miss Canada.
Who else is on there?
That's Mike.
That's Big Mike.
Big Mike.
Nice to see you, Mike.
Yeah, I'll be talking to
All
you
right,
soon,
take care,
Rumble.
guys.
All right,
care,
boys.
guys.
Bro.
Anyways,
Jimmy Fingers, how are you?
Testing 1, 2, 3. Am I coming through?
Yep, you're coming through.
Okay.
All right. So let's talk some Vince McMahon and some Sexcapades this evening.
I think we all said there would be more coming.
oh
Yeah, but it's not the more coming. It's the surprising that the payoffs have been coming since they said 2004, and it's been over $16 million.
Who do you think the talent was? I'm calling Don Marie.
could be.
Yeah.
Definitely wasn't. It definitely wasn't Trish. That's for sure.
No, because she would have never came back.
Nope.
Uh,
I think it was. Keebler.
Stacy Keibler, really?
Yeah, because she's gone public and said that she'd never work for WWE again.
Yeah, if you go to that 2005 area, that's where you're talking Stacy, Don Marie,
Yeah. A lot of the ECW chicks too.
Molly Holly, but she was asked back, so it wasn't her.
Yeah. No.
Doesn't matter who
Interesting.
it was. Doesn't matter who it was. I mean, we're gonna find out eventually, probably.
Right. But but here's the sad part about it is, right? The board can vote him out all they want. He owns 80% of the company. If he don't want to leave, he ain't leaving.
Yeah,
No,
but can
but
I
Mike-
tell you something, Mike? Listen, dude.
Listen. Well, hold on. Let me finish before you
Yeah.
jump down my throat. Okay.
I'm not going to jump down your throat.
I know what you were going to say. Okay. But the thing of it is, the only way, if he wants to be a dick, is if he gets convicted or goes on trial for any of this. Then he'll leave. But
Mike,
right now, I don't think he's going anywhere, and that's the
I
sad part.
I
Sad.
honestly
sad.
do believe at some point he will be asked to step aside in all ways, shapes, and forms after knowing that for the
No doubt.
past 20 years and $16 million of allegations of payoffs, and you're supposed to be a family-oriented company. I can see parents right now that watch the WWE that won't watch the WWE no more just for the fact of knowing that this goes on.
Sponsors are gonna pull out, Mike. You know what I mean? It's gonna start with that. Netflix already stopped production on his documentary. It's like things like that is where he's gonna feel pressure.
I get that. I get that. But the thing of it is, though, Triple H and Stephanie are now running the show.
Yeah, but
That would be awesome.
But Mike, just like you said, even though Triple H and Stephanie are running the show, they're not running the show totally. The day that they're running the show totally is the day Vince McMahon is not allowed to be around that company.
Well,
Right. You see creative take a big boost with Triple H running.
I had this, me and Capelli talked this the other night. We took 5 minutes just to have a quick discussion about it.
and Paul Heyman's back on creative as well.
I happen to believe that with this going on, I think you're going to see people such as Laurinaitis and the old school boys like Laurinaitis and Pritchard within the next year will be shown the door, especially if Vince is shown the door. Because I guarantee a lot of this is going to fall back. You're going to hear a lot of it, and I just think the ramifications on the way that the company is publicly traded, it's in the eyes of being a family-oriented company. I think Vince McMahon will be asked to step aside and not be seen. I think this is what ultimately, I believe this is the demise of one Vince McMahon, and this will be the way that ultimately his fingerprints will no longer be sought on the WWE product.
Steph can't wait to fire Bruce, dude. I'm telling you right now.
Oh, I agree with that. Hell yeah, she never liked him to begin with.
Mike, I think a lot of what Mickey Biggs said about 2 to 3 weeks ago, where he felt Stephanie knew things. I'm thinking, I believe now that Stephanie, the reason why she stepped down and probably tried to get away from things was so that she wouldn't be asked to come back, or that she already knew, or it was a way for more things to get triggered for things of this ramifications. I think that now even more that I'm starting to believe. I believe now more than ever that Stephanie McMahon I think Stephanie McMahon had a lot to do with what's going on. I'm believing it now. I really do.
There is a leak, and Stephanie could very well be it.
I think so. I think
now she's running the whole thing. So you know what I mean?
I think maybe she's seen enough was enough. Hey guys, trying to join the show. Did it, Mickey? I was trying to add you on my my ad, and it wasn't looking up your. I'll do it again.
I couldn't find him. I couldn't find him either. He's not on my Facebook.
Facebook's all fucked up lately.
I tried to tag him on a drum video, and he was gone.
Now all of a sudden he's back again.
Let's touch on the independent scene real quick.
All right.
So this is something that was just released on Twitter about an hour and a half ago. We all know one Johnny Vegas, right?
Yeah, I know Johnny Vegas.
Right. You know Andrew Cashew, right?
I think so.
Okay. So Johnny Vegas is being accused of inappropriate behavior with one Andrew Cashew.
Okay, a gentleman who's the ring announcer, I believe.
No, he's a wrestler.
Okay.
He is claiming that Johnny Vegas groomed him and his brother, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh.
So, and shit has hit the proverbial fan because one half of the ownership of APW is very good friends with Johnny Vegas.
Yeah, now Johnny Vegas, isn't he part owners of the New England Pro Wrestling Academy?
Nope.
With Chase Delmont?
Nope, absolutely not.
All right, I thought he had something to do. I thought he owned a professional wrestling school.
No, he was training there. They let him go because of his inappropriate behavior. And then he moved to Florida to get away from it all, but keeps coming back. And now Scott Reed has opened a new school in Concord, New Hampshire with Mike Hollow.
Yeah, I heard about that.
And a picture was taken with him, Sonny Goodspeed, Johnny Vegas, Scott Reed, and Mike Hollow all standing together as the brain trust of the new school.
Yeah.
So after that picture came out, one Andrew Cashew decided to blow up the spot of one Johnny Vegas. I never saw that from Vegas, but I'm going to tell you right now, if I ever see Vegas in a locker room, I'm dislocating his face from his head. There's no room for that in this business. Zero, especially in independent wrestling. Okay? I don't agree with the shit that happened with the old speaking out thing that happened a couple of years ago. Certain people did some shitty things to certain girls, and they got what they deserved. It happened in my school, and I removed everybody that was involved in it out of my school, and I lost a lot of students because I took the word of a person that nobody liked, but I was protecting my business. So, and if this gets me heat because I don't agree with what people do behind the curtain with their sexcapades or whatever, so be it. But I don't agree with that. Johnny Vegas, in my book's a piece of shit, and he shouldn't be involved in professional wrestling ever again.
How old are these kids?
When this happened, he was 16. Johnny Vegas is older than us.
Yeah, I know that. I understand that. But I'm trying to get now. Would I have known these kids?
No, you would already. They were part of Chaotic. This started in 2016.
Okay.
and the thing of it is, it's like Cashy was out. Everybody knows that he is gay.
Yeah.
Everybody knows it. You know what I mean? That's not the point. The point of it is that you're a 16-year-old kid. You want to learn to be a professional wrestler. You walk into Chaotic School. You are entrusting yourself with older gentlemen, thinking that nothing's going to happen, and you're being mistreated and sexually advanced on by a scumbag. So it irritates me to no end. You know, and one of the owners is nonchalant in the whole thing, and because he's been friends with him for so long and doesn't want to believe it.
Who's this? Chase Del Monte?
No, one of the owners of APW.
Joe Mowgli?
No, Mowgli doesn't own APW anymore.
Okay.
And it's not Mike Morris. It's the other owner. And I'm not putting his name out there because it shouldn't, you know what I mean? But if that's what you want to do and that's how you want to go ahead and just ignore the situation, and now you have talent backing out of a show that's supposed to go on next Saturday, and now you're going to be scrambling to replace talent, it's not a good look. You know, you're not one of the boys anymore. You're now an owner, a promoter, and a booker of a company that's trying to make money. You need to step up and do the right thing. You're not a wrestler anymore. You're now a promoter. So, and that's just, you know, and for me, you know, the business is not what it used to be. It's not the same. It's not, you know, the secrets are out of scumbag promoters and all the other crap that's been going on. It's not the same anymore, you know, and for you got to change with the times, you know, this whole, you know, some of the cancel culture to me is bullshit, and some of it's relevant and some of it's well deserved. Do you know what I mean? And when you're taking advantage of a 16-year-old kid, yeah. And I'm speaking from experience because I'm going through a situation right now with my youngest daughter. And let's just put it this way. It's somebody that I've been friends with that's being accused of it. And he's lucky he still got he doesn't have a hole in his head. So.
Wow. Very interesting. New England independent wrestling. Mickey Biggs, how the hell you been? I hope things are getting better for you.
Well, slowly but surely.
Yeah.
You're still ugly as ever, though.
Well, shit happened.
Yeah.
Still love you,
so I'm starting to believe a little bit of your how can we say? Yeah, your conspiracy theory here on the 70 McMahon.
I'm telling you, that's what it's going to come out as. Mark my word.
I'm going to tell you right now, if that's the case, then something happened to her from either her father or somebody else.
How about that? Maybe she just doesn't like what was done to her husband, Triple H, and she stood by her husband rather than standing by her father.
Listen, this is the way I look at it.
It happens every day in everybody's family, to be honest with you.
This is the way I look at it. She not only doesn't like what happened with Triple H, but with all this stuff that's going on with all these women accusing him, and now it's 12 million instead of just the 3 million.
$16 million. With
now it's 16 million. Okay.
16 million, and the payoffs that they have gotten, that they've got recorded, have been recorded back to as far as 2004.
And my thing is, she's all into this woman's revolution, so she's probably seeing this and saying, you know what, I'm not going to let him do this to women anymore.
What really strikes me kind of funny is that right after Sasha Banks and Naomi were sent home or walked out, this all came out.
Yeah,
makes you wonder, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I do know that when Lena got released way back when, she was going around talking about how very soon she was going to go onto social media and all these different platforms and let everybody know what was going on, and let everybody know what WWE was like and Vince McMahon was like. And that was the last I ever heard of it. I never heard of anything that she did say anything.
That's because she got this.
Now all of a sudden, I just saw a report that came out either yesterday or earlier today. I don't remember when. And she was the focal point of that article. I haven't had a chance to read it yet, but she was the focal point of that article. So I don't know if that's her coming out saying what happened now and one of those payoffs of 16 million or what.
Well, Nia Jax she's the one that basically started it.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
With that tweet that she put out saying the preferred ways of the upper management, of course it was her. That's what she was referring to.
And of course, now you've also got that referee from the 80s that came out and said she was raped by Vince, and Mario Mancini's backing it 100%, saying the story is true.
It makes you wonder, it makes you wonder where some of the boys lie, like Undertaker and Cena, especially, Undertaker. That's supposed to be, his McMahon's supposed to be his best friend.
Yeah.
It's not a good situation at all for anybody involved, WWE, wrestling in general. It puts a really black eye on the business in general,
Absolutely.
What?
Stuck in here.
Who's stuck in there?
JD. What is wrong with you?
Hold on 1 second. My kid put himself in the dog cage with the puppy. Locked himself in there.
Hey, you want to see
He's out. What a...
So, I just, it goes from...
I was wondering what that noise was.
It goes from the independents all the way up to, the top company. It's just...
Oh, absolutely.
It frustrates me because I love this business. I always have, and then shit like this comes out, and
you got locked in.
It just makes us all, sick to a point, and to see something that we love go to hell in a handbasket like it is.
Yeah, I have a part-time job for the summer this year because I'm not collecting unemployment after school. So where I was, I'm listening to sports talk radio, and I hear after the segments and their little wrap up. And today, Vince McMahon found in allegations dating back since 2004 has been paying off sexual misconducts in equaling upwards of $16 million. And I was like, whoa.
No, you got a lot. You also have to understand that there's a lot of people jumping on this bandwagon. Some of it's not. Some of it you really can't believe, and some of it you have to scratch your head. You know what I mean? He was accused of this way back when, and it disappeared.
Yeah,
it was right around the time of the steroid era.
Yeah,
and the steroid trials, and he was accused of his gate going both ways, and it just all of a sudden disappeared.
I didn't want to, like, why does that cage keep
And they have the Mel Phillips saga with the guys backstage with the young boys.
Yeah.
Yep. That was, that's why I believe, Mike. I think this one within a year, Vince is gone. I think
sooner than that.
I think
Yeah.
I think
I don't think there's any getting out of this one for him. I think he should just do the right thing and step down and leave let Stephanie and Triple H run the company.
And I can see why now Linda. The excuse was when Linda first left the company, it was because she was trying to get her political aspirations started.
Why do you think Shane left? I bet you that's why Shane left.
I think, yeah.
That's what I said 2 weeks ago.
Maybe Shane has a lot to do with it, and then he decided to duck the bullet before it came out.
That's what I said 2 weeks ago, that he's got something to do with this, and it's all because of him, Stephanie, and Triple H working together.
Well, you know what? Good for them. You know what I mean? You're dealing with, when you run a wrestling company, especially on that level, you're dealing with all types of egos and personalities and the younger talent coming in. They're of this generation of, you have to walk on eggshells around everybody, because you can't make a joke and it's just a joke, but to somebody else it's not a joke, it's hurtful, or they take it the wrong way, or you know what I mean?
Yeah. It sucks.
It does.
What's a joke to you and I may not be a joke to the next person. And
and me, still being in the business and trying to, navigate through all these young kids, you got to keep your mouth shut. You know what I mean? You just can't. You can give criticism to a point, but if you take it to a certain area, people get upset. You know what I mean? And it's just I don't know.
I was actually talking to Cue Ball Carmichael about this not too long ago, and a lot of the problem is that these new young bucks that are coming up in the business don't have the teaching like we had.
But Mickey, you can't even teach these kids like that anymore because of the
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
They don't have that teaching, because now you got to treat everybody with kid gloves because you're picking on me, or
exactly.
Look what happened to Bill DeMott. Perfect example.
Right. And Bill DeMott's old school, just like I'm old school, just like you're old school.
Bill DeMott was the first. Bill DeMott was the first of the WWE old school teachers. That was the start of it all, right there.
Yep. And they figured by getting rid of him, it would shut people up, but it didn't. I mean,
and if I remember correctly, they didn't even get rid of him. He stepped down on his own and was like, you know what, I don't want to put WWE through that.
I'm sure he got paid well to step down, but it's just the whole fact of the matter is that it's a shitty situation for everybody involved. It's, you look at what Naomi tweeted today. I don't know if anybody saw it.
No, I don't. I'm not on Twitter.
Right, Mickey Biggs, you on Twitter?
I am, but I don't follow it too much.
Yeah, she tweeted out something about standing up for yourself, and now you're called a diva and hard to deal with, but when you're actually abused. So I don't know if she was, considering who her husband is, and the shit that WWE has let go of what he's done with the drinking and driving and getting arrested for DWIs and all this other crap. I really am surprised that she's not back on TV, considering the position that her husband's in. So are they going to be released? I doubt it, because I think that's just a bigger shitstorm coming if they release them too. That will get them that will give them the free will to blow up WWE.
I think that's Forbes right there that just put that. I told him to hop back on. He probably got all because he really probably didn't care about not that he didn't care, but he's probably not up to date on the indie scene. You know what I mean? So when we started to talk about the guys in the independent level, he probably felt lost. I think that's Forbes right there that just put
that. Well, I mean, the Jimmy Snuka saga. I mean, that's a different. That's a totally different ball game.
Yeah, that's Forbes. Yeah, that's Forbes. Hop back on, Dopey.
I'm sure that they definitely had something to do with covering that up.
Yes. Well, they're going to mention a lot of that. He hopped out again. He got away with the steroids. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like Jerry Jarrett was ready to take back over. Pretty soon, Mike will start doing time for calling people clowns.
That will never happen, you clown.
That'd be pretty funny. Mike can start doing time for calling people clowns. You're arrested. You called him a clown.
He's still a clown. So I don't know. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see what happens with WWE and what happens on this end, on the local scene, because it's not good. It's not good at all. A lot of talent has completely backed out of a show that's supposed to go off on the 16th. So I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Next week, Jason, it's your birthday.
That it is.
Along with mine and Trooper Gilmore.
A week from Monday. A week from Monday.
Remember that cake my mom had?
The old 5-0.
Remember that cake my mom had made for the three of us that time? You, me, and Trooper?
Yes, I do. Yeah. Yes, I do. I got pictures somewhere.
Yeah, so do I. Today's actually the 7-year anniversary of her passing.
Oh, brother.
Yeah.
May she rest in peace, brother.
Yeah, thanks. She would have been 67 on the 5th, and she died 4 days later.
Jimmy Fingers is back in the hizzy. So, Fingers, I've yet to hear from you. I'd like to hear from you on the shocking relegations of even more people or more of the allegations coming forth. It's like a shoot. His internet really shoots on me.
Yeah, it sucks. On a personal note, I have officially hit the 25-pound weight loss mark.
Awesome.
And I made a new shirt.
I hate people.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Lately, I've been hating everybody. You're lucky I'm even talking to you fuckers. That's for sure.
Oh.
Dude, I went on my bike today. I went on my bike today and almost beat the crap out of two kids because they were being assholes. Like I had to go home. I had to bring my bike home because I was getting irritated. And the thing of it is that they were getting really ballsy till I showed them what I had on my waistband, and then they fucking took off like two little bitches. Of the 9mm persuasion I had in my waistband.
Those were the days.
So I got a question for you, and I haven't heard from Rochi in a while.
Yeah.
I do believe we are past June 28th, and his prediction of the Red Sox being in first place, and now they're going to be 17 games out first?
We're talking Rochi. We're talking Rochi.
I know.
We're talking Rochi. But do understand this, and I'm not saying the Red Sox are any good, but there are teams, and not just the Yankees, but in the past, I'd say 10 years have won over 100 games, and when it's come to the playoffs, they haven't won shit.
Listen, they're having a great season right now, and I'm enjoying it, but nothing counts until October.
That's absolutely right.
Start,
Oh,
Forbes,
Forbes, will you
cat,
be quiet?
shut up. Do not curse my team, you fucking clown.
Please, Forbes, keep on hopping on the bandwagon, baby.
Shut up, you.
Say Thurman Munson was your favorite player, please.
No, I mean, I know that. I mean, dude, playoffs are a totally different animal, you know?
Yeah.
Once the playoffs start, everything starts back at zero.
So, Mike, I got to ask, I see the post. It was just like 4 or 5 words that you had put up on the gorilla position, I believe it was about a match. What match were you talking about, and what was it?
Neidhart and Ronda Rousey. Let me tell you
Okay.
something. That match was the drizzling shits, and Ronda Rousey needs to either stop wrestling and go away, because if she's not in the ring with the right person, Natty couldn't carry a fucking wet paper bag with 2 holes in the end of it. That match was so bad. Missed spots, botches. The only thing that saved it was Liv Morgan winning the title. Other than that, the match was crap.
So y'all blaming that match on who?
Combination of both.
Yeah,
okay.
Ronda Rousey's not good.
Yeah, Mike, we know that. What if it just has to do with Ronda's that bad that Natty was getting frustrated, that after a while Natty didn't care about leading with her?
No, but it's not even that, dude. Like, if she's in the ring with the person I despise the most, which is Charlotte Flair, the matches is good. But once she's in there with somebody else like Natty.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Right.
Forbes, you and your internet, hop on here. Stop being such a peckerhead.
That would insinuate he has a pecker.
Yeah, exactly. He's trying to grow one in his garden and it ain't working. Natty can't lead a match. She never could. You know what I mean? Like, they sent her down to NXT to help the young kids out, and it was bad.
Yeah, she's definitely not like the rest of her family.
No, not at all. Just because she's got the Hart name doesn't mean shit.
Yeah.
Like, that match was horrible. Oh my God, it was hard to watch. You know, I mean, and again, kudos to WWE for putting the title on Liv Morgan.
I'll tell you this. When I see Liv Morgan win it, the first person that came to mind was the Gazoo. Because the Gazoo...
I would have rolled it that way.
I would have rolled it that way. I'm a fan of Liv Morgan.
Well, from what I heard, Ronda Rousey demanded that she drop the title to Liv Morgan.
Well, you know what? Good for her, because they probably would have given it to some other freaking schmuck that we've seen 10 million times.
Yeah, that's exactly what I heard. I heard that she demanded.
I read that article too.
That Liv Morgan deserved the chance to get the belt, and that she demanded that she drop the belt to her.
Well, good. I'm glad. I like hearing that.
Now let's see what happens at SummerSlam. If they have any faith in Liv Morgan, will she keep it or drop it back to Rousey? That's the question.
Or I'm gonna say it, Jimmy Fingers. Or she'll be ricocheted, and she'll not be invited to defend them belts.
As long as Charlie Flair does not get the belt, I'm fine. Somehow she's gonna wind up back with it. Here, hold on.
No.
Let me fix my hat, fellas.
You pink hat son of a bitch. Fuck you. I hate you right now.
She's going to get the belt back at SummerSlam.
Mickey, you growing your hair back, bro?
A little bit, yeah.
I see it. It looks good.
Getting my mohawk going again.
Nice. Oh, when you guys were talking about Natty, dude, she is mutilating the shit out of her.
Oh, there goes his internet again.
Why is this internet suck?
Please send me screenshot that. Oh my God, I need that picture. Son of a bitch.
I couldn't get it in time. I tried.
So yes, what was it about Natty? Yeah, we can't hear you.
Now we got no audio.
Call Xfinity and get real internet, you clown.
Yeah. Call your cable company and tell them your internet absolutely sucks.
And you need a razor to trim that freaking mop on your chin. Looks like you killed a squirrel and freaking buried it there.
Can we hear you now? Jimmy Fingers.
I got sign language for your fingers right here. There you go.
The New York Yankees.
I swear to God. You son of a bitch.
Guys, keep on winning, please.
Oh, there he goes.
They're winning
He's
right now,
going again.
3-2.
Listen, they were the Red Sox were in Friday night, not Friday night's game, Thursday night's game. They could have given up. They were down 5-2. They came back.
I'm not. Listen.
The Yankees are stacked right now, dude.
Oh God, yeah.
But anyways, we're not here to talk sports. We're here to talk sports
I know.
entertainment.
I just had to
yeah,
throw that out there. Just a
yeah.
little bit.
So, anything else you guys like to talk about from Money in the Bank? Were you pleased with who went? Let's talk. Yeah, let's talk some Money in the Bank. Let's talk Austin Theory. Were you surprised at Austin Theory went over?
Yes, because it's gonna be Seth Rollins. No, I even said it wasn't gonna be Seth Rollins.
I thought it was. I thought it was going to be Seth Rollins. Capelli thought it was going to be Matt Riddle.
I thought it was going to be Riddle too, to be honest with you.
And Matt Riddle was going to go on his way to be the WWE champion at WrestleMania.
So this is what I heard for a proposed storyline, is that Theory's going to cash in at SummerSlam and win, and then he's going to feud with Cody Rhodes and drop in the Rhodes. This is what I heard. I don't know if it's true or not, because SummerSlam's a last man standing match between Lesnar and Reigns. So
who's going to win that match, though?
Well, it doesn't matter, because if in the middle of a match they're at like an 8 count and Theory comes out and cashes in, he can pin. You do whatever he wants. He can pin fucking Reigns, or he can pin freaking make it a triple threat and pin either one of them, whoever's down, and he wins the titles. It makes sense. From what I heard, it makes sense.
Yeah, that does make sense, because whoever it is isn't getting up anyway, obviously. So
right, they could be both down, and it'd be a double count, and here comes Theory.
Yes, Theory's inclusion in Money in the Bank basically undid all of the qualifying matches the previous 3 weeks.
Here's where I'm going to make him look like the dumbest idiot going, because it's called storytelling. They couldn't just say, "Oh, you're in the match." They have to tell a story to build up to Money in the Bank. Do I agree with Theory being added at the last second? No, I don't. But they want to put all the chips in that basket.
It's just that I agree. It's the story they're telling. And the story is Theory may be getting screwed. But when it all comes down to it right now, he's Mr. McMahon's hand-picked chicken, and he's the guy that's coming to the roost. So no matter what. And it's another way that I look at it this way, that if it bothers a fan that much that fan is part of a wrestling talk show, that it bothers you that much, WWE must be doing their job with creating Theory as a top level heel.
Yep.
Because I'll tell you this,
incredible heel.
And I'm not, because Forbes, I'd say this right now, if you were right here, my 6-year-old son felt just like you.
So here's my question, okay? That's one for Rumble. So Theory's probably becoming one of the top heels in the business right now, right?
Wait till Theory makes a charge on Vince. Do you see the way Vince looks at her?
So back to my real thought, and the clowns are still talking. Does that make Roman Reigns a face? There's your question. Do I think so? This is how I think it's going to play out. I think Lesnar's going to win. He's going to be completely out of it. Theory comes out, cashes in, and takes the titles. Hits him with that jumping knee or whatever he does, and wins the titles.
All right. So I like everybody's, so to speak, theory. But I'm going to stick with my theory, and I'm going to believe that it's going to be saved for WrestleMania. It's going to be saved when Cody Rhodes main events WrestleMania after winning the Royal. His comeback will be Royal Rumble. He comes back, he wins the title, he's back at capturing the top of the mountain, and out comes Theory to rain on Cody Rhodes' parade once again.
And he does it, but he doesn't cash in. No, he loses.
I'd like to see him cash in, so it really makes him a huge heel.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So why not have him cash in at SummerSlam?
For the only reason is that what they got to start to do now, and for this in order to work, and just hear me, is you have to, the fans have to be once again captivated by Cody. That we have to be sucked into the comeback, to the winning of the Royal Rumble, to the main event of WrestleMania, to the picture of him holding up that belt, and then all of a sudden Theory just pulling that rug right out from underneath him. And he's been waiting his whole career. He had to fight. Can he fight through all the adversity again to capture his moment? That's all. If they don't do it, they don't do it. But I think it would be a cool thing to see. I think Theory would be I think it would build Theory even more if because right now, let's face it, Mike, if you get injured, other people can elevate, and if other people elevate, it don't matter what you had before you left.
No,
if another person catches your steam, or another person has that steam, that he is the person that we can ride his coattails, and you just might have to be someone that adds to that fuel rather than him 6 months ago would have been adding to your fuel. You kind of have to do the favor.
No, I get that. I'm not disagreeing with you. What I'm saying is that Cody Rhodes was brought back to win the title from either Reigns or Brock Lesnar.
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
But unfortunately, he got hurt. And I'm just telling you the way I'm seeing things morph in my brain. How much of an ass, if Theory continues what's going on, how much of an ass will he look like if he was to do that to Cody Rhodes?
Well, he's still an ass.
I understand. Like, look at it this way. What if Theory is able to build it up to a point where he has cash ins, but because he's Vince's right-hand man, because he's unsuccessful, he's able to get it overturned, and the briefcase has been handed back to him, and all of a sudden he's created so to speak, a story and or heat with so to speak, that belt.
And that would be the first time something like that's been done.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like there's so many ways that right now, I'm sorry, but Cody could have screwed himself, and this could be the proverbial rocket ship for Theory. Think about it this way, Mike.
No, I get it.
Without Ali going down, Kofi Mania quite possibly would have never been created.
No, I get that. I get
Mike,
that.
we might have enough Theory, quite possibly. And I know Capelli didn't like what I said the other night. I compared it to, like, what if he gets the type of clean heat of an MJF to the WWE crowd? Clean heat, not MJF, I gotta swear, flip the bird. But what if he's able to get clean heat by just his work in general and his way that he just rubs everybody the wrong way? What if they just created something? What if they really is true that he could be quite possibly Vince and them see the next sort of John Cena in him?
Well, okay, so let's touch base on this. All goes back to the Speak Out movement. He was one of the main ones in NXT, and he
Yeah.
got punished. He got punished severely, and they also covered it up.
Yeah.
So it's one big circle. You know what I'm saying? So the Speak Out movement, he was brought up. Velveteen Dream was brought up. Other people were brought up in NXT.
Theory's case legitimately went to court. The person obligated not to show up.
I understand that, but
and then the case got what they closed the case. So theoretically, if nobody shows up, it's just a charge. So he got a charge. The people heard it. The person that charged him did not show up to court. That person had ample time to go to court to say what was true. Evidently, it wasn't.
But what happens if it comes out that certain person was paid money not to show up?
Oh,
Aha.
But what I don't think Austin Theory at the beginning of the pandemic 3 years ago was looked at as like that. That's
how do you know that? But how do you know that though?
Yeah,
you know
I know.
You don't know that. You don't know that WWE or Vince McMahon was protected investments and paying people off to shut up.
Why wouldn't he? Can I tell you something? Why wouldn't he do that for the Velveteen Dream?
Maybe Velveteen Dream is from what I've read about Velveteen Dream's accusations, none of it's, from what I understand, none of it's true. And
I heard another thing that nobody showed up. Like the person never admitted after, like they had a chance to come forth and didn't come forth. So yes, I did hear that about Velveteen Dream.
But I also heard that
it's kind of destroyed him.
But Velveteen, I also heard that Velveteen Dream was a complete dick in the locker room and very hard to deal with.
Well, you seen that when he was on Tough Enough. Remember, he was on the last season of Tough Enough. He lost to that kid, remember?
Yep.
I know the WWE history. That I deserve to be a wrestler. Well, you deserve to be a wrestler because you know the history.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. They probably left him in the wind because of his attitude in the locker room.
Yeah.
Who's to say that Austin Theory's attitude in the locker room and willing to do whatever they tell him to do saved them, and they paid off this person to be quiet? You
do remember him and guys like Hector Gaza.
Yeah, he's another one. Yep.
The Swan, not Rich Swan, but the other black kid there, Cedric Alexander. They were all mainstays during the first part of the pandemic when it went to the Performance Center.
Yep. So again, you don't, we can sit here and speculate all day, but who knows what happens if these reports come out that McMahon paid off that person not to go to court against Theory?
True.
Make it big. Stop breathing in the mic. It sounds like you're blowing it.
I got the mic covered.
Well, no, you got it covered as you're breathing your nose into it. There you go. Sounds like you're blowing the mic. I don't know. It just, it's just this whole thing with Vince and the whole creepiness. It just got me fucking sour right now. I'm sorry.
And it's going to get worse.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like, I didn't even watch SmackDown last night because I had no interest in it. I mean, I watched some of Raw. What I saw of Raw was pretty good.
Yeah, Raw was good.
That's because Heyman's writing Raw right now, from what I understand.
Oh, wow.
I heard that when Vince made his appearance on Raw, as he walked back to the locker room, he got through the gorilla position, looked at everybody sitting over by the gorilla position, was like, fuck them.
Not for nothing, you made your bed in it. You made your bed, now you got to lie in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if you're that much of a scumbag and you're using your power to put people on TV to get laid.
In his case, it's a bed of nails.
Yeah. You got no credibility with me. You know what I mean? I always thought he seemed creepy to begin with, So when I was with Walter and used to drive to to backstage at Raw or a pay-per-view. He looked creepy to me. So
everybody's always asked me, who would you prefer to work for, Vince or Shane? I've always 100% hands down said Shane.
it's definitely not Sideshow Bob because he's fucking shit up over there big time. But that's another fucking story.
I can't even talk about that.
Dude, I thought the AEW show the other night was great. I thought that promo.
Of course you did.
I thought the promo that who was it that he shot on? Oh, Christian Cage. He shot on Matt Hardy. It was good.
Let me tell you something. Okay, Christian Cage it's not going to last long with him. You know, everyone goes, "Oh, it's great storytelling with Christian Cage." No, it's not. No, it's not. You know, they didn't even do a tease. He just turned like that, turned because you got eliminated freaking a year ago from a battle royal.
And like, now Luchasaurus is docked. He's got all black on now. Changed his mask over.
That's going to be a swerve because when Jungle Boy comes back, he's going to swerve back to being a face. Watch.
Well, he's in Christian Cage's corner right now. I thought it was a good promo. It really sunk in a lot. I did. I liked how he said that Matt Hardy needed.
Hey, we don't even need fingers to be on TV on right now because Jay's filling in for him.
Listen, I thought it was a good promo. I thought it was nice how he went. Below the belt to hit Hardy where it counts most, his pocket, and said that he was a greedy and did all he was thinking about was his last good payday with his brother.
Well,
didn't care about his brother's well-being.
Well,
should have looked out for his brother, knowing he already had problems before coming to AEW. I loved it.
Well, that was more of a reality-based kind of interview than that. You know what I mean? I mean, was it a shoot? They've been friends for so long, probably not. But who knows?
Well, in the business, not in the business, but to the fans, that's real life. And to me, that's a shoot. Like I don't
probably
care.
Popping for that promo.
Like I don't think like you could say enough, but like to realistically, you know. And then he said a bunch of stuff about that he uses his family, like his wife, his father-in-law, his kid, just to be part of an angle. Like, you know, like it was good. Like, just to me, the promo was good. Whether or not it was a shoot or nothing, it was very real life based, and it was a good part of the segment of their show.
Fingers, thanks for coming. You can leave now.
Fingers lately has not liked the AEW and Tony Khan.
Sideshow Bob, get it right.
Sideshow Bob.
So how long before Cesaro gets buried?
He's with the right people right now.
Let me tell you something. Out of anybody that's come from the WWE over to AEW, besides Bryan and Moxley, he's one of the ones that is legit got it. I've always liked his work in the ring, even in WWE, and he carried it right over.
You know who he was trained by, right?
No. Who?
He was trained by Black Pearl, Gangrel, Rikishi, all in out in California.
Yeah, I always felt Cesaro had it. I've always been kind of mad that they've never, I think Vince always just felt that he couldn't cut a promo.
Yeah, and the thing of it is, it's like he took less money to go to AEW. What does that tell you?
Also, it's less dates, though, Mike. They only work once a week.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying, he said the reason why he left WWE is because he wanted more money.
Yeah.
And then he goes to take less money but for less dates. So he's being a businessman. If I'm going to work all these dates, I want more money. If I'm going to work less dates, I'll take less money. He did it right. I don't disagree with what he did.
I think he looks at it too, that he's probably able to work some of these, New Japan shows and make some money. And I think a lot of people look at the fact that say, especially these WWE, ex-WWE guys, a good one, and say, if John Moxley could make this type of money, I was better than Moxley. Imagine the money I could make.
Right. But like Keith Lee and, I don't know what's going on with Miro. I don't know if he's got heat or not. I mean, he was off of TV for I don't know how many months.
Yeah, and then he came back on. What a great way to re-debut him. And then
right. Now he's gonna get into the House of Black.
Yes.
And that's another Aleister Black's another one that just proved what he was in WWE. He is what he is in AEW. He's a mid-carder. Sorry. And Keith Lee is not what everyone thought he was. Because honestly, if Keith Lee was such that great talent, he should be on the top of the mountain or close to it in AEW. And he's hallways away from being on top of the mountain.
But you really can't be. I mean, can I tell you another way that it's hard to get on top of a company like that right now? You have too many people in the locker room. And you don't have enough shows so that you can see how these guys will get over.
But Keith Lee's damaged goods to begin with. He has heart problems.
Right.
So, I mean, I don't know. I just, I see the AEW post and the one idiot that writes for AEW Nation saying, "Oh, Sasha Banks is on her way to AEW." No, she's not. No, she's not. They're not letting that girl go for, I don't know. They're going to make her sit home and work out and finish out her contract because, honestly, I think she's got something to do with this whole Vince McMahon thing. And if they let her go, she's gonna blow up WWE badly.
I don't think she has anything to do with the Vince McMahon thing at all. I think the reason why they're willing to let her sit at home is I think she's really got a screw loose up top. And not to say that in a bad way, I believe that girl has a real live mental illness that is just.
Well, yeah, but even around here, she was like that.
Yeah, well, it gets worse.
Yeah,
gets worse as time goes on, buddy.
Yep, especially when you're making millions of dollars.
Yep.
And you think you can't be touched.
And all of a sudden you find out you can be.
Yep.
In more than one way.
See, now that's a bad joke, Mickey Biggs, that's a bad joke. People will
that is a bad joke. Vince McMahon wouldn't want to hear that.
Ask me if I care what Vince McMahon would want to hear.
Oh, man. Yeah, I'm interested to see how much further this goes. It got bigger in 1 week. In 1 week, it's talking about 3 people. And it was more or less just that one girl being paid off,
It's
now from 1 week, it goes to a 18-year sexcapade cover-up of more than $16 million.
Including a rape of a female referee.
Yeah, and now it's talent involved. So it's going to be interesting. Former talent, I should say.
Yes, it ought to be interesting. I did not see the former talent involved. I will have to take a look.
I posted on the Gorilla Position this story about Mario talking about it.
Okay.
Yeah. And you know what? Good for him for standing up for that girl.
And it was funny because Forbes had posted up. He's like, he directed it to me. He's like, at Mickey Biggs. He's like, does Mario Mancini know anything about this? And I don't know, 2 hours later, I posted it up right underneath. I was like, here you go, where he was talking about it.
I'll have to go on and look.
Sometimes burning bridges is worth it. To be honest with you.
Yeah.
Well, his whole comment, like if you read the article, his whole comment was, you know, he was virtually right there, like minutes after it happened, and she came out crying. If I'm remembering the article correctly, but he said back then nobody said anything because they were afraid of being blackballed by Vince.
Yep. When you have that kind of power in the business, and you know people want to succeed in the wrestling business, that's abuse of power in my book.
Yeah, a lot of stuff. It must have been today. I request prayers for two of my brothers. Scary things are about tough takes. If you struggle off, Keith Lee posting something today. He requested prayers for two of his brothers. I don't know about whatever the hell that means. Yeah, I'm really trying to find some more that would have been on the Dirt Sheet radio here, but Dirt Sheet must like to cover up for Vince. And now you were saying today you posted something that Mario Mancini.
Oh, it wasn't today. It was a while back.
Oh, all right. Man, I'd love to see you re-highlight that again.
I'm looking for it right now so I can redo it.
Beautiful.
So I don't know. It's a shitty situation for everybody involved.
And now I'm seeing Mickey Biggs write more. Like this week, I wasn't on much. So, yep, you're absolutely right that this could be a vendetta or something that you know. Oh, now I see it. Well, James Forbes, here's who you're at. Now former WWE superstar Mario Mancini is publicly supporting Shelton's claims.
Yep.
Wow. Wow.
Like I said, I really got this inner feeling that this is all a receipt from all the crap that Vince has pulled on Stephanie and Shane and Triple H.
Yeah. And maybe they sense the fact that they need to catch the ship while things may be good, but they can probably sense that the wrestling business is ready for is ready to change again. And
you know what's ironic is I was flipping through some YouTube stuff the other day, and I think it was like 2016, I think it was, or it might have been before that. But it was an angle that they were doing where Vince was going to fire John Cena.
Yeah.
Triple H had come out and said that, you know, the board of directors had voted no confidence against him and that he was taking over the WWE. And that, you know, just so happens that, like I said, it was like many years earlier, but right around the same time frame.
Well, it's now the truth has come to fruition. All right, boys. I think we've pretty much wrap things up here. Next week, maybe we'll talk a little bit. We'll see what comes up more about this, and let's get into talking about the activities for SummerSlam.
That's what end of the month, right?
Yes, it is. See where SummerSlam is going to get us.
I'm kind of hoping that it gets better as it goes on, to be honest with you.
Craziness.
Well, I think that right now the WWE's is the hottest it's been. Their Raw ratings right now are really good. Their pay-per-view watches have been really well.
Well, controversy creates ratings.
That's right. And it does. No news. When you're in the news, you're in the limelight.
As Walter used to say, if you're not talking about you, you're doing something wrong.
Yeah.
Or in the words of Eric Bischoff, controversy creates cash.
That it does. That it does. That it does. All right, fellas. So let's figure next Saturday night once again. Since it's the summertime, I'm out doing a little things, trying to, hang out with the family and stuff like that in the pool, doing things in the yard. 9 o'clock right now seems to be my my go-to. Saturday night right now is best for me.
Well, as of right now, I have a show next Saturday. We'll see what happens in what happens this week. But as of right now, I have.
I still, even if you got the show, I would love to get. Since you talked about it, I would love to get your, just 10 minutes with you, even if it's 5 minutes, to let some people know what the feeling of the locker room could be like that evening.
Well, I don't know what's going to be in the locker room because a lot of people are backing out of the show.
Yeah, well,
so far it's I can tell you how many talents have backed out so far. Let's see.
Now, if you don't mind me asking, why is the talent backing out? Because the guy who is the promoter has openly come out in support of Johnny Vegas?
He's just ignoring the situation. And so I look at it this way, okay? If, like, let's say this was you, Jay, right? And there was definite proof that this happened, and you and I have been friends for 20-something years. And now I own a company, and I'm a promoter, and I'm a booker, and I'm in the business to make money and put out a good product. And, I have you in my locker room, and you're being accused of all this stuff. And I just ignore it and let you stay, or out in public be friends with you. And it's a bad look.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a bad look. But as a promoter, let me finish. As a promoter and a booker and an owner of a company, if you're associating yourself with somebody who is a creep, talent doesn't want to work for you as a promoter because they don't believe that you care. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So this person needs to understand that he's not one of the boys anymore. He's an owner. He is an employer. And if your employees don't trust you, they're not going to work for you. And that's the problem. That's the problem right there. So, again, he's just nonchalant in the whole situation. And it shouldn't be nonchalant at all. It should be.
So now with this kid coming out and basically accusing him of touching him when he was 16, like, where is it? Like, is there rape allegations? I
don't know. I don't know where that,
like.
I don't know where it's going to go from there because of the simple fact that, it's his main goal was just to keep him out of wrestling. And he had a retirement match. He moved to Florida, but he comes back. He was helping out at another school in New Hampshire, and then they found out about it and told him to beat it. And then he was.
So this was talked about already. That he was messing around with the 16-year-old boy.
Right, and it was brought up at an AP. It was brought up at a recent show that he was at. He was supposed to wrestle on. And he was asked to leave, and everybody thought that was the end of it. And then all of a sudden, with Elite Pro Wrestling School in Concord, New Hampshire, a picture came out today that Mike Hollow posted, and he was in the picture with one of the promoters from APW, and it's now all shit has hit the fan.
Okay. So, is Johnny Vegas going to be in the locker room next week, or like?
Oh, he better not be, because he'll get punched right in his face. But I don't think so. No, that can't happen. Because I'll burn as many bridges as I have to, because I will kick his ass right in the fucking. I'll kick him right in the head and tell him to get the fuck out. So I don't think that's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen. Honestly, I've been in contact with the other promoter, and he's not happy, and he doesn't know what to do because everyone's backing out.
Well, for those of you who are listening, or for those of you who do listen, this could be good. So we look forward to hearing from you next week, Mike. Mickey Biggs, anything you'd like to add in?
Just tune in next week. It's birthday celebration for the BBB and myself.
Oh,
Oh,
excellent.
big deal. Whatever.
Oh, Mike, you're funny. All right, everyone. Well, thank you for listening on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. And Mickey Biggs, maybe this week we can get the rocking and reeling and get this show up onto Spotify and much more.
I'm hoping. I know how to do it now. I've got my notes and everything for it. I was supposed to do it last week, but as we know, I ended up sick.
Yeah, I'm very
Let's
sorry.
start with the program and get moving. You're
Yeah.
being paid to be the producer. Let's get this shit going.
Paid? You get paid shit. I said it for him.
I'm just busting balls.
I get pennies on the penny.
Yes, you get lint on the lint.
That's it. Give me some
Lint.
circus peanuts. There I go.
Lint on the lint. That's great.
All right, brothers. We'll see y'all next week. Continue to support pro wrestling and love it.
Absolutely.
On the street as kids, some never dreamed that they'd be doing the biz. Now they're headed down that road called scared, trading time, they're doing fine for the sentence that the judge gives. Some sit in the cells with their books, they use the time to feed their minds.